Hello, I'm Jesse with Living Tree Community Foods, and we're here to answer a letter from one of our fans. And she says, Dear Jesse, I've been eating a high raw food diet for about a year now. I'm struggling with finding the right type of diet that suits me as an individual. I eat many salads with lots of greens, and the cooked foods I eat are yams, steamed vegetables, and some rice, buckwheat, quinoa, and tempeh. I don't eat a lot of fats, including avocados, as I've had a hard time metabolizing them. I feel my breakfast lack enough variety, and then I get food cravings if I feel too restricted. What type of breakfast do you have at Living Tree Community? I'd love if you could give me a few great suggestions. Thank you kindly, Jasmine. Well, we start the day with green drinks, and we're inspired by the work of Dr. Kushner, who wrote a very famous classic book here in California in the 50s called Nature's Healing Grasses. And he was making green drinks for his patients and getting some very good results indeed. So we're inspired by his work, and we're also inspired by the work of Victoria Butenko, who travels around the world promulgating the miracle of green smoothies and green drinks. And I couldn't recommend more highly a visit to her website, rawfamily.com. So we're going to make a green drink today, and we're going to do something a little out of the ordinary. We're not going to use water. Better than any bottled water, better than any filtered water, and certainly better than any tap water, are the living juices of organic fruits. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with a grapefruit. And we're going to juice the grapefruit. And we're going to put this in the blender. The blender, by the way, is an ordinary blender that you can buy at Macy's or at Costco for all of $25. Then we're going to add a lime. And we're going to juice this also. And put this in the blender. And now tangerines are in season. They're in most natural food stores. So we're going to add some tangerines for wonderment. So here are some organic tangerines. We're going to put these in. And I can't help remarking how blessed we are by being here in California, where all of these fruits are so readily available and at reasonable prices. So here we go, some more tangerines. And we're going to blend this up. And now we're going to chop up a carrot. and put the carrot in the blender. We're also going to use some fennel. Why not? Fennel is readily available at this time of year, and we're going to chop up some fennel and put the fennel in the blender. And we're going to blend this up. And then for flavoring, we're going to add some live ginger root. And we'll toss that in. What about garlic? Well, instead of dried garlic, why not use fresh garlic? So here we have fresh garlic. We're going to chop that up a bit. And we're going to blend this in also. And we hear a lot of talk these days about superfoods, wonder foods, magical foods. And we've brought some of those with us today. And the first superfood we're going to be using is Russian red kale. It's available at every farmer's market here in California, a couple dollars a bunch. So we're going to add some Russian red kale. And then we're going to add some collard greens. You really do not need goji berries. You really do not need maca. You really do not need any of the other exotic fruits and vegetables from either Tibet or from Amazonia or wherever. It's all right here. Kale, parsley, lettuce, Swiss chard, broccoli, collard greens. These are your superfoods. These are your wonder foods, America. So let's blend this up. And now, let's supercharge it with some wheatgrass. Here we have some wheatgrass, and we're going to take a clump of wheatgrass and add this to the smoothie. And blend it up. Now, for delight and wonderment, let's add an avocado. And there's no reason why the smoothie should not be utterly delicious, because remember, we've also added garlic to it. We've added fennel and garlic for flavoring, and we also added fresh ginger root. So here you have a drink that's brimming with original energy, with life forces, with bubbling, sparkling, streaming life energy. So all that remains is to simply partake. What breakfast could possibly be more healing and more enlivening? But that's not all. We also have two other components of our dietary regime. One other component consists of vigorous exercise. And here at Living Tree Community, when we say vigorous exercise for at least a half hour every day, we mean vigorous exercise. And then in addition to that, we also fast. We consider fasting an integral part of any dietary regime. So here we fast usually 24 to 36 hours a week, and very often it's on Monday. Monday I fast on water the entire day. It makes the rest of the week possible for me. I break my fast Tuesday afternoon in the Berkeley Farmers Market. So let me leave you with some basic thoughts that nothing can be more healing and more nutritious than a drink, a green smoothie, a green drink, call it what you will, based upon living greens. And integral to this would be vigorous exercise and fasting at least one day a week. Those are your components, America, for healing, recreation, and for restoring our bodies, ourselves, and this great nation.